Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we are going to take a close look at a mini PC. But this is not your typical mini PC. This is going to be something interesting, or I think it's going to be interesting, due for emulation and also for maybe some basic gaming. This is the M6S N112G, and yeah, I ordered myself the UK version. Whoops, I already got myself a converter for this. But what you're getting is a very interesting mini PC. And yep, the downside to these things, because they're so compact, yep, they are going to be a little bit more expensive than, let's say, the cheaper and the bigger models. But this thing looks kind of cool. I love this bluish metallic look or something. But we're having a quite interesting configuration with two USB ports at the front, the on and off switch, at the side and micro SD option. At the back we're having two HDMI, RJ45, USB 3.0, and then we're having the USB-C. And of course the USB-C is going to be for the input for the power supply. And then here we're having the headphone jack out, and that's actually it. So, and of course the power supply, where I ordered myself the wrong one, but I have the converter, so that's not going to be a problem whatsoever, because the input is 100 to 240 volts. And what the hell my camera is doing, but the output is going to be 12 volts, 3000 milliamp. It's basically typical with these things. But in here we're finding the toilet paper manual, and of course, an HDMI cable, and the deluxe toilet paper manual with some explanation about how you need to connect it and yada yada yada. But I'm very curious, what are we getting when it comes to, let's say, the emulation performance, because these N100s are not expensive, or at least this is a little bit more expensive due of the form factor, but maybe we're going to have some interesting, let's say, overall performance. So let's find out. Alright, so let's do a quick overview of the chipset with CPU Z. So in here we're having the Intel N100, the Alder Lake, with a max TDP of 6 watts. The package is the socket 1744, and yeah, when you're looking at the overall specification, it's not going to be like super exciting, because this thing isn't really made for gaming, but we're still going to be trying to do so. The boss specification is in PCI Express 3.0. Memory 12 GB DDR5. That is a lot. Yeah, they are claiming to have a lot of different slots, but yeah, I can tell you that this is not correct. I don't know what's going on over here, but it says they have like 4 slots. But yeah, no, I really didn't tear down in here, but there's no way there are so many slots in this thing. Doesn't matter. Overall, like say, the Intel huge HD graphics is also not like say powerhouse when it comes to the GPU, but it doesn't matter. It's just actually what we're getting. Okay, so let's start off with some emulation with the PlayStation 2. Let's start with that, because everything before PlayStation 2 runs just fine. So I want to mainly focus on this particular, let's say, couple of systems that are more demanding and can be played on, let's say, older mini PCs, or at least like some older game boxes. Okay, so PlayStation 2 seems to be running fine, but we need to set it to 720p, 1080p. The N100 doesn't really have enough power to run it on that kind of resolution. So when it comes to PlayStation Portable and God of War, getting the 60 FPS, we have set it to 4 times resolution. Maybe we can tweak it to 5 times depending on what kind of game you're actually going to be playing. But so far it's going to be an overall good experience. So that's absolutely great. So starting off with some GameCube and F-Zero GX, a more demanding game to emulate. And on 1080p resolution, you do see some stutters going here and there. So let's get into the gameplay and let's see how it actually plays. If we still have too many stutters, we can also put it back to 720p.
I'm up!
I'll do it when I do it.
Are you ready?
What was that? That was close.
Even just a single ring isn't...
But I'm kind of so disappointed when it comes to the Sega Dreamcast. We needed to put a 1280 by 960 resolution, and where I was at least like expecting full HD, with full HD Dead Alive didn't run that great and had a lot of issues, and that's quite unfortunate. So let's move on to another game on full HD. So this is less demanding, but it runs quite nice. We're having 52 has been used to the, let's say, overall GPU. So that is great. So normally we should have a little bit of a wiggly room when it comes to, let's say, the performance. But again, you should tweak every single game to a certain level, depending like how you want to play it and how, of course, how many FPS you want to get. But this is actually the overall performance with Sega Dreamcast. So it's great to see this on full HD on this mini PC, but I was expecting way more. And if you wonder how it's with PlayStation 3, in my, like say, case, this is absolutely unplayable. An N100 is not the way you want to play, and we need to have way more power for this. So for me, PlayStation 3 is absolutely a skip when it comes to this low powered device. Look at the loading times. Even if it was booting up and playable, this is just absolutely laughable. You can get yourself a cup of tea. So when you're looking at this compact size, I love these things, but the main problem is that there comes a lot of limitations. To begin with, when you're looking at, let's say, the problem of upgrading, what you see is what you're getting. And of course, when it comes to the heat, also there, it's compact. It will have a lot of heat coming out of this thing, and thus are one of those downsides. But it is compact, and we do have a lot of USB ports. Emulation performance of these things are not bad at all, especially when you're having one of these things for not a lot of money. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and let me know what you think of this model. Would you pick it up? And it would be great to see you in the next video.